Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham. Glad to be back with you after a couple of days off. Joined by Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours, or the next hour. I'm thinking about tonight. Well, doing a 2-hour scoreboard show for high school football playoffs. But we'll only be with you for the next hour. We'll be taking your phone calls, your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today. Happy Veterans Day to you out there, especially to all the veterans that are listening, that are watching, and that are all over this great country.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for all that you've done for this country and all that you continue to do and to give us the freedoms that we enjoy. So we always like to acknowledge that, and certainly it'll be kind of a carried over into the weekend, Auburn having a veterans kind of celebration they do once a year. Acknowledgement and appreciation at the Texas A&M game. So, again, we appreciate all of you out there being with us today. A lot to talk about. Auburn going to take on Texas A&M, two teams with identical records, 3-6, 1-5 in the conference. Neither team where they expected to be, neither team where they wanted to be. One team has an embattled coach. One team has an interim coach that everybody seems to be getting behind. It'll be very interesting to see what the crowd is like, what the atmosphere is like.
Packed.
At Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Packed to the gills.
On Saturday night, 6:30 on the SEC Network. But new president at Auburn, new athletics director at Auburn, going to have a new head football coach at Auburn. It seems to be an opportunity.
Facility.
You got a $100 million facility, beautiful facility that just opened. It seems like an opportunity for Auburn to kind of rewrite the script a little bit, to maybe change and start in a new direction from where they have been in the past.
It really does. I mean, for all the turmoil and the negative talk that we've been going through on this program for the last 3, 4, 5 years with Gus and Brian Harsin, Auburn is positioned. Things look like they've aligned for them to make a really good hire. Please don't screw it up. Just do the right thing and get a good football coach in here to lead this program with all of the things that are surrounding it, the collective, the new facility that opened up, which is unbelievable. All of this. And, you've got a football game, like you said, and Gary Harris asked me this morning on his show. He said, have you ever seen a game with more hype between 2, 3, and 6 teams? And I said, it's simply because of the situation. I said, this would be a afterthought, nobody care game. But I said, Auburn people are going to show up because this is the first home game since Carnell took over as interim head coach. The effort Auburn gave on the road last week down 24-6 to come back, take the lead with 1 minute and 9 seconds, should have won the football game. Regardless of the result, the way the team played, the way the team has rallied around a bunch of guys, some of them sitting in an office a week ago, now on the field coaching. And just the effort and getting behind. Auburn fans are notorious for wanting and just absolutely about to explode to support. And they will show up in the worst of times. They've even shown that this year. But the game sold out. I mean, you would think this would be a game that, the West is on the line, the way the hype is around it. But it's more about the kids and finishing the season and trying to snap this losing streak and supporting Carnell Williams and showing the world that Auburn football fans are they're gonna show up regardless. And just the other side of the thing with Texas A&M, feeling like they're stuck with Jimbo Fisher now, a team that was in the top 6 nationally going into the season and a very high on playoff team, best recruiting class in the country, to lose the way they're losing and to have the season, it's unacceptable, really. And, you know, it's becoming toxic out there. And if they're to lose this game against Auburn, which I think is going to be a tall task for them to come in to Auburn and win, because they've got a lot of players out. And I think we're going to play with a huge passion and energy. And I think we know our identities running the football. We're not going to try to throw it. So I think it'll be tough for them to come in and win. But, Andy, that's kind of the whole summation of all this.
Yeah, it's kind of really two different things that you can talk about. One is the emotion of the game. And like you said, I wonder if this is one of those. I wonder if this, because of everything that you just mentioned, and because of, you know, Carnell being on the sideline, I think the crowd really will be, you know, despite the weather, no matter what it is.
I think it's going to be fine.
Is going to be pretty jam. And I wonder if it's one of those games where we're going to look back on, you know, days and weeks later, even years later, and go, yeah, Texas A&M had no chance to win that game. You know, it's kind of like the 89 Iron Bowl.
That's right.
You know, it's just Alabama had no chance.
It was Auburn making the trip to Syracuse in 2001, the week after the
Auburn was not going to win that game.
They didn't. The whole world was pulling against us.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you play in Syracuse and
the Braves and the Mets. You know,
period.
Mike Piazza was going to hit that home run. It was going to happen.
Right.
You know, so I say that. I don't want to, you know, build it up too much because, you know, this is. But you look at the matchup literally on paper too, and you know Texas A&M's actually run defense is worse than Auburn's. That's hard to believe, but it is
almost impossible.
So, like you said, Auburn wants to run the ball. They have to run the ball. You see when they have run the ball, and they run the ball better the last 3 games that they played actually. So, I think everybody feels better about the situation now.
Well, it just feels like
but they want to feel the win. They just want to feel good about it.
Well, it just feels like a load of bricks fell off everybody's shoulders. Parting way, I think it was the best decision ever. You know, we went back and forth on this program. Should Auburn just wait to the end of the season, whatever? And if there is ever a sample of if it's to be done eventually, to do it immediately, this is it. Do you realize what the score would have been in Starkville last week if Brian Harsin had been on the sideline? Do you realize what the energy level of this game would be coming into Saturday? 0 recruits, probably not very many. We got a star-studded list of guys coming in that genuinely want to see. They're going to get to look at this new facility. They're going to be the first guys. And I genuinely think Quay Russaw and James Smith want to come to Auburn. They've been 4 or 5 times. Of course, they're going to wait and see who Auburn hires as a head coach, but I think Auburn's got a legit shot at those 2 guys at the end of the day. I mean, just despite all the crap, because I think Auburn did the right thing in going ahead and saying, look, man, you ain't going to be here in a few weeks. I don't want you here now. Nobody else wants you here. You don't want to be here. Let's just go ahead and write the check, and you can go on about your merry way. And that's where we are with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a reason that Smith and Russaw just keep showing up at Auburn games. I mean, you know, that
they've been 5 times.
This will make 6.
This will make 5.
Okay.
There's something about it.
I mean, it's close. I get that, but I don't think you just keep coming back to a place.
Well, that's kind of
if you don't have general interest in saying, you know, let's see what they do when they hire a head coach. But and not to mention all the other guys. There's going to be 40, 50-plus guys at this game.
And I think Michael brings a good point.
A 3-6 matchup, as you said.
It just didn't feel like that way, though. Michael said, at this point, do we feel like not promoting Lack to head coach would be another screw-up? I don't. I don't think, and I don't think Cadillac's expecting that. I think he knows his role in this. Like Gary told me this morning, he said this is an audition for Carnell Williams to show that he can coach and maybe go be a head coach somewhere else. I mean, and I think it's not a cut on him. I mean, I think he galvanized the fan base and the team, and he was the right selection. But is Carnell Williams ready to lead this program? He's never been he's really only had a very small amount of time as an assistant, much less he has no head coaching experience. And I know he's an Auburn man and the emotion of all this kind of stuff, but you know, you don't make business decisions based on emotion. You got to look at it from from a 30,000-foot view and see what the best thing is for the program. And I don't think so. I don't think anybody's going to feel pressure to have to hire Carnell Williams. And I don't want it to sound that way. I want Carnell Williams to be at Auburn. But will he have an opportunity down the line possibly? Yes, he possibly will. But I think it's important. And you see, like Travis Williams is at Central Florida, and I think he'll eventually be a head coach somewhere. Go cut your teeth somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know, in the same in high school, you got guys that have been part of programs for years, and, you know, they get passed over. Sometimes you got to go prove yourself to come back to have your dream job. And I think there's nothing wrong with that.
And sometimes it could be you're doing them a disservice. I hate
you're setting them up for failure.
You're setting them up for failure because they're not prepared yet, because they haven't paid their dues. They haven't gone out and you know, earned the right to have that big of a job. And I think that's a good point.
I think if you sat Carnell down in an interview and you talked to him, and he would even tell you, nobody knows what this job is about until you get put in the middle of it. And, you know, I think he's probably, his head's on a swivel. I mean, so much has come at him in the last, you know, week and a half. And I'm not saying he's not capable of running the show, because obviously he went out there on Saturday, and that was the best second half adjustments I've seen around this place in years. And, you know, you're getting your doors blown off, and you come back and you take the lead and almost have a chance to win. Auburn would have been beaten 45-10 if Brian Harsin had been on the sideline. So I applaud him. But, I mean, is he ready? I don't know the answer to that question.
We're up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith in Opelika. How about a brand new Chevrolet Buick or GMC with no payments till springtime? New Chevy Equinox as low as $359 a month. New Buick Enclaves up to $4,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $5,000 off.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. They're also closing loans in about 15 days. So go and check them out. Give them a look or give them a call. 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Speaking of facilities, we're talking about this new facility that the players got to see the other day for the first time. John Cohen is a guy that's come in. There's already reports. He's talking to the coaches saying, what do you need to be successful? What's your dream for as far as facilities upgrades?
He's not going in there telling them how you got to take a charter bus on 8-hour trip.
That doesn't sound the same.
Doesn't sound like that's the direction. Yeah. He's not trying to cut dollars. I mean, this is the culmination of, again, I think, and Gary brought this up to me, he said, I think maybe what expedited Brian Harson's exit this year was they were not about to let him walk in that facility.
You remember Gus Malzahn was going to donate $2 million to the building, this thing?
That's right.
Do you think he ever did? Did he make that payment?
I don't know if he ever made that payment.
I wonder.
He pledged $2 million.
Can we think $2 million of it was Gus's? I mean, we appreciate it.
Does
Gus,
he have a room with his name on it?
He may. Maybe we need to let him come tour it too.
The Gus Malzahn hurry up no huddle room. That's
part. A bathroom dedicated.
It could be a bathroom or a toilet or a stall. There's one probably for Brian Parson in there somewhere. But you know, again, being able, and the public can go tour the facility today at 4:00 and next Friday at 4. So if you want to go in there and see this new facility, I'm ready to go see it myself. I'd love to go and tour it. So hopefully I can do that. And it's just in this arms race, and I know some people were going, well, Auburn's late to the dance on this thing, until you open the doors and you walk in and you go, nah, it's probably a good decision. And because all that's part of the whole big picture. Yes, the collective and raising money to pay players and all that kind of stuff's in play, but if you don't have facilities up to speed and you don't look the part and you don't have the things that players need in this new world of college football, then you're going to be behind. So John Cohen mentioned the need to upgrade facilities, Jordan Hare being the main focus, and they know that they've got to do some things there. You're starting to see with the new age of college football and people watching games at home and not maybe traveling as much to games, you're starting to see downsizing of stadiums and more plush luxury type boxes, and and facilities rather than a bunch of added seats to get more people in the stands. More of an intimate, smaller environment that still does the part as far as from a crowd perspective and all, but enticing people to say, look, I'm not going to stay home. I'd rather go to my box. I'd rather go to my little private area or this open area in the end zone or whatever to go watch the game and have all the TVs and the drinks and all that stuff that you can go do.
Well, I mean, Neville Arena's become the pattern.
That it
for
has.
a lot of basketball programs. Does that translate to football too? Where you see more intimate, like you said. So right now, I mean, what does that mean in football? Are you downsizing from 100,000 to 85,000? Is that going to be the norm?
That's right.
Do you even go down to 75, 60,000? Because, like you said, it's just a different mindset of society now.
That's right. I mean, forever everybody was trying to soon build the biggest stadium, and now you're going the other direction. John said the Gus great week of practice room, or the Gus we're going to get butter.
I was going to say a place where you can serve butter.
That's right.
I mean,
get butter, popcorn,
the butter room,
the popcorn machine.
Yeah.
Ty said that Auburn basketball sign anybody in the early signing period.
I think we were planning to sign one point guard, but I'm not sure.
I didn't see.
I don't know if that came across.
Ed said a lot of football recruits, 2 5-stars, 2 4-star basketball recruits, 3 top 50 and 3 top 100 baseball recruits will be there tomorrow. The energy on to victory and the energy on that campus is truly flipped. Auburn did a lot for Cadillac, and he's paying it forward. It has. I mean, the energy just from last week at Starkville, the result of the game was insignificant. It was how you wanted to win the game, no doubt, but a renewed energy in the players to fight back, and they're going to carry that into Jordan Hare for the first time since Carnell's going to walk the sidelines as interim head coach. That's what people were wanting, and they were just tired of carrying that 100-pound bag of flour on their back, and just glad to have it off, and glad to have a direction and vision. And I think people are genuinely excited about what's to come with the new football coach hire, because the names, all the names save a couple that we've discussed. We're all saying, look, we're good with any of those guys. And if you stick with that list, now if you don't stick with that list, you go out and hire somebody from Wyoming that's off the map and off the grid, and that changes everything. But
well, that's the thing. Like, we've been through coaching searches before, and we always we've talked about coaching searches even when we've had a coach.
Right.
And we've always said, well, who's out there? And we always start naming off, well,
right.
How many elite coaches are there? And all these kind of things. But like you said, I mean, there are some legitimate candidates out there that I think predominantly most of the fan base would be like, hey, I think that's a pretty good hire.
Right.
There's a chance no matter who you hire, it's not going to work out. That's just the nature of the beast. But I've said it, and I'll continue to say it. I think Lane Kiffin, I think Hugh Freeze, I think Deion Sanders all have their problems, all have big upsides.
Right.
And all, I think,
have an inherent risk.
I think they're all everybody in the Auburn fan base, there would be obviously some that wouldn't like one of those hires for various reasons. But I think the majority of the fan base could get behind
any of those.
Now, outside of that group, but that's a pretty good group. I don't know if I've ever gone into a coaching search when I had 3 guys where I thought, yeah, okay.
Right.
I mean, so, there is some optimism. There is some energy, I think, building.
There is.
So that's a wonderful thing. We'll see if it carries over to Saturday. I hope it does. I hope this coaching staff, how much could they have actually prepared for Mississippi State with the tumultuous
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
they got a full week to dedicate on Texas A&M.
And look, there's not any,
will we see it on the
It's
field?
not any secret we can't really. I mean, we basically are having 3 running backs back there. I mean, Robbie Ashford, those numbers were awful. 7 to 22 pass, and I wouldn't even. I mean, they abandoned that. Obviously, it didn't work, and but they got it done on the ground. And you know what? Auburn's offensive line kind of stepped up and allowed Auburn to run the football and do what they were able to do in the second half. Can they carry that momentum into tomorrow?
If you can put a yoke on Jeremiah Wright,
right,
and keep him in in his
He'll
play.
punch you now.
That dude, I mean, I like his fire.
Right.
Just can we harness it?
That's right.
Well, and look, God bless Austin Trotz.
I know, that's
He
true.
gave Auburn his all.
That's right.
He gave us about 3 knee surgeries.
I don't understand why
He's
he didn't
a
have a
warrior.
brace on that leg.
That was
He had one on the other one and didn't have one, and of course now here we are. So
I got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com.
Let's go to the phone lines. James, what's up, buddy?
Hey, bud. How you all doing?
Doing great, brother.
Good.
How's your sidekick over there?
He's hanging in here.
I'm going to make it.
I hope so. you ain't old enough not to make them.
That's true.
Back to all the people that are coming down Saturday. That sounds like that some of these analysts know how to recruit. I mean, I know Trevon Reed is good, and he's out working as I'm sure. And I don't know how many others are out or who they are, but they're getting some people in there, and I think we had mostly 4-stars. Some of the previous folks that were trying to halfway do it, and
well, you know what, James? Let me say this: anybody with a pulse is doing more than what was going on. So
yeah,
that I mean, it's amazing that you actually putting forth some effort. Look at all the momentum you're seeing. I mean, it's kind of like. I mean, you really makes you ponder what in the H was going on down there, and why did we allow it to persist as long as we did?
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. I will say this. I wanted Harsin to get a fair shake. He got one, so I don't owe him now. I mean, you know, I'm off that tree, but I'm really amazed at these kids coming around now. And see, they really don't. Now it's going to be something new. It's a big, shiny toy. And right now, Cadillac's, you know, acting or interim coach. But some of those other fellows on the staff, too. I think that Robinson fellow, the linebacker coach, seems to be doing all right. I'm not sure what Hilliard's doing, but he knows how to recruit. And that's just some other people up there in the booth, I guess they put out there, too, as many as they can. I think for every opening you can put a non-coach on the field out. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you got Trovon, I know's out, and he is a recruiter, period. I mean, he can flat get it. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Andy, I'm glad you're back and feeling better. And you got you fellas back here in the room. They're doing a good job of getting this picture on every day.
I appreciate it, James.
All right. Appreciate y'all so much.
Appreciate you, buddy. War Eagle to you. Let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
Mr. Pritchard, I find it interesting that you would show concerns about the job by saying that you were worried about going out in left field and hiring a coach from Wyoming.
Right.
Didn't Pat die?
Yeah. When I said that, you know, it definitely crossed my mind when it came out of my mouth. It's like, yeah, Pat Dye came from Wyoming, but I had 49 other states to choose from, and I picked that one. Hey, maybe we need to go. Huh? Maybe we need to go. If there's another Pat Dye in Wyoming, by all means.
Yeah, you may want to look that guy up and see what he's got going. Shout out to all the veterans. Thank you for all your sacrifices. I do have one question about the coaching job. I'm not endorsing this candidate. I'm just wondering what you guys would think if you heard that Auburn was in talks with this guy and considering him, and that is the head coach at Central Michigan, Jim McElwain.
I haven't heard anything on that, David. So you know, if it has, I haven't heard it.
If that was,
I'm not saying that that's going on. I'm just wondering what you guys would think if you heard that he was even being considered.
Jim McElwain?
I would not be thrilled with that.
I would not at all be thrilled with it.
I mean, I thought he was a good offensive coordinator at Alabama, and I thought the Florida job was just too big for him for whatever reason. But
yeah, don't want to go down that path. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, He did start out well in Florida. He went to 2 straight SEC championship games and got beat by Alabama in both of them, I believe. And things did go kind of squirrely there towards the end. But I saw him on TV the other night in one of those midweek games, and I was just wondering what you thought if you heard that he was being considered. That's all.
And cruelty to sharks, too, is not really.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
David, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hey,
you know what? Literally, that was a good call on David's part. I'll give him credit because right when I said it, I was like, yeah, it probably wasn't a good one, but I just kind of flowed with it. But, hey, maybe we –
Well, he was at Wyoming
maybe
for
a Freudian
1 year.
slip, and it was a
Right.
comparison of if we can go out and get a guy like that came from Wyoming. I'm just trying to help myself here.
That's
now,
true.
so. But
Well,
anyway.
let's be honest, okay? Pat Dye made his bones at Alabama as an assistant coach,
right.
and then he was a multi-year coach at East Carolina. He was at Wyoming for 1 year. So, was he a coach from Wyoming?
But I did select
Technically,
that
yes,
state
but
in
you
my
did.
comparison. So.
That's true. Somebody can come back and put that in your face for sure.
Jason's up next.
All right, we got Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers joining us right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
2 nights, 1 weekend at ATL Live. Friday, November 11th, his first concert ever at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Billy Joel. With Lionel Richie and Sheryl Crow. And Saturday, November 12th, 8-time Grammy winner Chris Stapleton with Miranda Lambert, Dwight Yoakam, and more. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss ATL Live, powered by Ticketmaster.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for only a couple of more segments in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Going to go back to the phone line and welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers. Jason, thank you so much for taking some time for us today. Kind of a renewed energy on the Plains. We were just talking about it off air. Auburn's got a new president. They introduced a new athletics director. They're about to hire a new head football coach. It seems like things are really starting to move in a positive direction, and for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the difference in, 12 days or so since all that went down last Monday. It's just remarkable, the difference between not just the football team and things like that, but just the athletic department in general. You can feel it. It's a palpable difference in energy level. You're right, excitement. You're opening the new football building. The players got to go through it last night. We'll get a chance to go through it today. All the things that you got, NIL is in a great spot. I don't know when you'd have to go back and how far you'd have to go back to believe that Auburn was in a better position moving forward. Now, obviously, you got some things to do on the field, and you got some roster adjustments to do and all those things. But as far as the program itself, I don't know how far back you'd have to go to feel like you're in a better position from a program standpoint. And, obviously 2010, from that area, you win at 2010, you play for it again in 2013. They recruited really well, but there were issues. Even you make the right hire right now, and you got a chance to, I think, take off and change things pretty quickly.
Yeah, Jason, I want to dive into the visitors coming in this week. That's been the focus on this show for about a year and a half is our recruiting. The one thing that we all were concerned about is the lack thereof. But as the energy's flipped, it seems like the energy in recruiting's flipped as well. And a star-studded lineup. You and I just talked, and Andy, about James Smith and Quay Russoff. If they show up tomorrow, it'll be 5 times this year. People asking, do we have a legit shot? I think if you show up somewhere 5 times, you got a legit shot.
I agree, and there's a difference. A lot of these guys most of the players are expected in this weekend are people that have been here before. So it's not like you're getting new faces and new names. The difference is now is when you're able to get those kids back without a head football coach, and you feel like and they can feel the excitement surrounding the program right now. That to me is where it's the big difference. And we've heard it. Cadillac talked about it. We all know it. That that old saying is true. It's absolutely true. That Auburn sells itself. Well, this is the weekend that happens. When you're talking about a sellout, and 87,000 people show up for 2, 3, and 6 teams, maybe 25,000 people at a Tiger Walk, and you have 10 or 12 more 4- and 5-star prospects on campus than Ole Miss will for the Alabama game, and you start going, okay, what are the possibilities? And that's what you're looking at. It's not what is it today. What are the possibilities at Auburn? And they're limitless. The right guy doing the right things with the changes and things that are coming in, it's limitless possibilities. We've seen where it can be in just the last 10 or 12 years, and I think now, can you build on that? Can you do it consistently? That's the charge moving forward.
Does this all this momentum and everything behind the scenes, is it leaning toward one guy, in your opinion, as a head coach, or you think there's still multiple guys in the mix for this thing? And I'm not asking you, Jason, to say a name. I'm just saying, do you feel like Auburn administration and all know who they want and have already kind of through back channels maybe already started the talks on that?
Yeah, I don't know that it's gotten to that point yet. My guess is that there's probably a few people that are involved, and because you have to, once you find out if there's interest and you start talking, the next thing is you got to figure out, and it's an important part of it, what would a staff look like? Who are potential coordinator hires? What are your thoughts on NIL? And I mean, like, there's a lot of conversations that have to be had once you narrow that down. I don't know that happens, with just one person. I think that's okay. You got to, because it's everything. It's all of those things compiled into one to make a head coach and to make the right hire. So I think you have to figure out, okay, what's that going to look like for this guy? What's his staff look? Because that could impact potentially, even the head coaching hire. If you got, hey, I got 2 dynamite coordinators that are ready to roll, and this is my plan, then you might go, hey, that might sway a little bit. So I think it's still fairly open, but obviously you're getting announced 2 or 3 weeks. Probably start to see this thing narrow down here pretty soon.
Jason, let's quickly talk about just the game. Auburn and Texas A&M. Texas A&M's a weird team. They get blown out at home by Florida, but they play Alabama close on the road. They probably should have beat Arkansas, but they get blown out by Mississippi State. So I don't even know really how to even talk about the matchup, but it's 2 teams that have the same record, but it's an odd matchup, it seems.
Yeah, it's 2 similar teams to me in that running the football, stopping the run. It's so key for both. Both of them have had issues doing both of those things. Texas A&M has, other than Devon Achane, they don't really have another threat in the running game. They don't really. Nobody else really runs the ball. So if you're Auburn, that's the guy. That's the guy. And Connor Wegman, first career road start for him. How do you handle the crowd and those things? It's going to be a really interesting game. You're right, but this is a supremely talented Texas A&M roster. I'm running down the list, and even this offense has really struggled. You look outside and you go, 4-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star up front. A lot of them are young, but this is a group that has a ton of talent. If you're Auburn, can you make those guys show their age and play young? Because I think they've got some pieces. When you look outside at some of their receivers and some of those things, they just haven't put it all together. Now, they did with Connor Wegman at home a couple of weeks ago when he threw the ball really well, and they did some good things. It was against the Ole Miss defense that I think is very bad. Can Auburn in the crowd, can their defense impact him and make him beat you? If you do that, then you got to like Auburn's chances.
Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers. Jason, have fun on the road tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
Guys, appreciate it.
Have a good one, brother.
Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday. Right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Let's quickly go back to the phone line.
Absolutely. Got a couple calls waiting. Bo, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, morning, guys. I'll be brief. I know you're running out of time. The Tiger Walk tomorrow should be through the roof. I don't have a ticket to the ball game. It'd be worth the trip down there just to see that.
I think you're right. I'm so excited that we're not on here talking about a bunch of negative crap anymore, and we got some positive momentum going.
Well, it reminds me a little bit. I was fortunate enough to be on campus in '89 when we got Bama on campus, and that started about 2 hours before the game and went for 4 quarters nonstop. And this and tomorrow is feeling I feel just a little bit like that.
It'll be a little bit different environment than the Arkansas game.
I'm sorry?
I said it'll be a little bit different environment than the Arkansas game.
Oh, yeah, but Jason just hit the nail on the head while all he was saying. We're back, and you start getting chill bumps, and that's a good thing.
No doubt about it,
y'all
brother.
go and we're damn Eagle.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, sir. Terry, go ahead, brother.
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Doing good, man.
Hey, Brett and Andy, wasn't Pat Die Hard around 1981?
Yes, he was.
Okay, well, things have changed just a tad, right?
They have.
Okay, well, I've got in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to say it again because I don't, as you know, Brett, I don't really give a rip. The ultimate high is to win a national title. Pat Dye never done that. The ultimate low is to get your team put on NCAA probation. Pat Dye did do that. So I continue to be somewhat confused because I don't think Pat Dye was a great coach. I think he was a great man. And I think he did great things at Auburn. But I don't think for any wild imagination he was ever a great coach. A very good coach, and he certainly took Auburn's program to a high level. But I don't think you could ever consider a guy that didn't win a national title a great coach. I'm sorry.
Many would say he won the 1983 national title since Auburn's team claims that.
And many would say the Tooth Fairy's real, too.
Well, I mean, the Tooth Fairy didn't vote you legitimately in the national news a national champion.
I just don't buy it, Andy. I mean, that's hold on to a pipe dream. We're starting. I tell you what, we're starting to sound like Alabama. There, they claim national titles because some, podunk magazine gave them a national title. That's why they claim 17 or 18 national titles, something like that.
Look, if the players on the 1983 team claim it, I am not going to tell them that they're wrong.
No, I'm not going to tell them either, but they're not recognized as a national champion by the one that counted.
Who's the one that counted?
Our team was national champions too, was it not?
What's that?
Wasn't 2004 national champions as well?
Well, no, not by the BCS standard by that time.
Doesn't the NCAA recognize Auburn as a national champion in '83?
I think they do.
I think it's on their website. So here's that. Terry, I think the reason Pat Dye is who he was is
he did great things.
Well, he did. He won 4 SEC championships.
Yeah.
In the end of the '80s. I'm going to vault him up there as pretty doggone good, man. And he was an era of football I grew up in watching. And here my impression of Auburn football growing up was. We won a heck of a lot more than we ever lost, and if we ever lost 1 or 2 in a season, it was like crap. I remember those days. We didn't lose very much when Pat Dye was the head football coach.
Well, they were always competitive.
And they were.
Even when they did lose, they were still in the game.
Right. And, there could have been some things done differently in '88. If Auburn beats LSU, things might be different there. That team may have won a national championship or had a chance to play for one. He always had us in the hunt, had a lot of energy. Had us at the top of the SEC for majority of his time there toward the end.
That never struck me as the kind of man that won his career defined by ifs. If this and if that. So whatever. I mean, he never struck me as that kind of guy. And look, facts are facts. You can argue with opinions. You can't argue with facts.
And me and Andy argue about the Atlanta Braves on division titles and. But the Braves since then have won another World Series, so I'm willing to concede on that. But I'm not going to discredit what Pat Dye was able to do for Auburn. I think he built Auburn into an SEC power name.
Tremendous for Auburn. I don't deny that. I'm just saying the argument I'm making is you cannot consider a guy who didn't win a national title a great coach. Very good, yes. Competitive, yes. Did great things, yes. But a great coach, no, absolutely not.
Well, by that standard, I can say that he won a national title, and I can consider him a great coach.
That's right.
Well, have fun at lunch today with the Santa Claus, Andy.
Difference of opinions there, brother. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, buddy.
He gone.
He's out. So,
all right, we got some. People are optimistic about this Texas A&M game.
Yeah, some predictions. David, 27-17 Auburn. Ty, 31-21 Auburn.
All right. What say you?
I'm gonna say that I think what Jason said. Quarterback starting on the road for the first time. This is going to be an electric atmosphere. Unbelievable. Hard to believe you can get an atmosphere like we're going to see Saturday for 2, 3, and 6 teams. But it's about the situations, not about the records. If Auburn can't play up to that level, then there's no hope for this particular team. I think Auburn breaks the losing streak this year, and I think they get the win. I think they're going to put up 27. I think they'll beat Texas A&M 27-21. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think they'll end up winning the game.
I hope you're right. I could see. I could see maybe a 24-20 type game. I think Auburn could win that game. I don't want to put You know, I'm going to be optimistic. I was optimistic last week. I was almost, I mean, I said 31-28 at Mississippi State. And when it was 31-30, I thought, I'm going to look pretty good here.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so much
they couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah,
but
who had the face mask?
According to Carnell, they still looking for it. They couldn't find it on film.
I mean, where did that come from? I mean, I've been waiting to see, and I tried to go back and look, and I can't find it.
So.
What
But
a crap.
special teams is going to need to be improved this week.
Right,
Hopefully
right.
that's something that we have worked on and shored up a little bit.
I hate it for Andrew Carlson. My Lord. It is like.
Why can't is McPherson? Because he not kicking the end zone?
Can't burn the red shirt at this point.
He ain't played, has he?
I don't think he has. But, I mean, didn't it pass a certain amount of games?
I thought you could play 4 games. It didn't matter which one.
I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe I thought it was past a certain
Let him kick it in the end zone. Please.
Anders Carlson is. I hate it for the guy, but
yeah,
it's just over.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today and throughout the week. He is Brett Pritchett. I'm Andy Graham. Have a great weekend, everybody. War Eagle, happy Veterans Day. We'll talk again soon.